Hello everybody, Luckless Lovelock's back with her story. Man, it's hot in here. This game is just, it's just so interesting. I'm having a hard time getting away from it, and I think also everything's so fresh in my mind since I've been basically started playing at about 12 hours ago. I haven't been playing for 12 hours straight, but I started playing today, and everything's so fresh in my mind. I don't really want to stop playing. I kind of want to just get through the story before I kind of forget bits and pieces of it. So yeah, we're starting to be able to better distinguish. Well, we're really getting to the point where we can distinguish between Hannah and Eve, I'd say, especially with this tattoo revelation that she got a tattoo that has the snake and the apple, which represents Eve, of course. And found out a lot more about kind of the affair that Simon, I'm assuming it's Simon, she never specifically said Simon, but we're getting hints that, very, 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 very strong hints, 99% sure that she had Eve had some kind of affair with Simon, and Simon probably wanted to have this affair because he saw like the physical manifestation of his wife with a totally different personality, probably more outgoing, bit like more fun, even though his Hannah is probably fun, but they've just been together for 10 years, so he might be getting tired of her or something like that. Anyways, the part that I'm a bit confused by is now we're finding out that Hannah was infertile after the miscarriage, and we've got Eve saying stuff like this.
Hannah had a miscarriage. This was late in the pregnancy, and it left her infertile. Felt like the universe had corrected its course. We were aligned again. But Hannah and Simon were still living with his parents. They were married. Simon had a job at the Glaziers now. Derek had given him a full-time position after he left school.
And then, not really sure, but she's basically saying, the universe has corrected itself now. Eve and Hannah are back in the same place. They both can't have children, but one of them's pregnant, so a bit confused about that. How is she able to get pregnant again? And is it Eve that's pregnant, or is it Hannah? Not sure. Or if they did say it, I've kind of already forgotten, because this is a very complicated. You have to understand, I'm watching all of these clips out of order, and it's very hard to put the pieces back together and remember everything. All right, getting back to it. We found out that Simon went to Oxford, which interests me. Something about a conference. Let's look this up. Why was Simon in Oxford? And if there's anything more on that. Yeah, there is. Okay, so this is definitely Eve talking because she's got the tattoo, and I'm calling Eve Twin 2.
There was a conference, something to do with double glazing, in Oxford.
Okay. And then we've got this bit, which is right after that.
Are you sure? What would he be doing in Oxford if there was no conference? I remember calling him. He said it was boring and he spent most of the time at the bar.
Ah, okay. See, but if this is Eve, she's very much talking like Hannah, she's married to Simon. So this might be a point where Eve is still pretending, maybe pretending to be Hannah.
It was supposed to be a secret. Just because Simon is dead doesn't mean I have to give up all his secrets. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to Simon. No one murdered my husband because he cheated his expenses for a romantic weekend in Oxford.
Okay, so that romantic weekend. Simon. Anne and Simon shared a romantic weekend in Oxford. And he lied about it. Because he was expensing it to his company. To the Glacier as pretending like it was a conference. But this is Eve talking. Good point, though. It doesn't really have that much to do with the murder, aside from it being maybe another motive. Expense. No. Trip to Oxford. Conference. Let's try it. See where this thread takes us. Okay, we've kind of seen everything.
Eric was like an uncle to him. They were pretty close. They spend a lot of time with each other, especially when they have to go to conferences. Have you met his wife, Diane?
So Eric, Simon often went to conferences together. This is actually, this should be Hannah. She doesn't have a tattoo. You can see her arms, so. Simon and Eric. 10 entries. Simon and Eric work. Okay, there's 10 entries for Simon and Eric. I want to try to find. I'm only seeing 5. I want to try to see the other ones. I'm gonna look up secret. Seen all of them. 11. How do they meet? Meet. Let's see, Simon's school. No. Okay, so there's a few things here, and this could be referencing Simon was going to school, or it could be the public school that Hannah was working for as a lunch lady.
Yeah, when I was at school. I worked part-time in the front shop. It was sort of an extended family thing. My dad used to work there. My mum worked there before I was born. I took
Okay.
I w-
At the Glacier, I guess?
when I was at school. I worked part-time in the front shop. It was sort of an extended family thing. My dad used to work there. My mum worked there before I was born. I took care of paperwork, filing, typing out invoices, that kind of thing. It was a good job for a girl back then. I didn't work a till or anything though. I was quite shy, so I wouldn't have liked to have worked a till.
So you see, Hannah's quite shy. See this one here?
Mum and Dad had never had any reason to notice. They were always busy. If Hannah was eating a lot, they didn't mind. She didn't put on any weight. That girl has a healthy appetite. If they heard us talking in the attic, they just thought it was Hannah playing one of her games, and that Eve was our imaginary friend. Once she was already up and dressed and ready to go to school, and I snuck down for a piss. Mum saw me in my underwear. She went mad. Get dressed this instant! So I ducked into our bedroom, and seconds later, out came Hannah, dressed and ready. Mum was amazed.
Okay, that's weird. See that? She refers to... If they heard us talking in the attic, they just thought it was Hannah playing one of her games. That was Eve, our imaginary friend. So she's talking about herself as an imaginary friend for the two of them.
Was it our imaginary
confusing,
friend?
man. It's like almost like there's three of them now.
Once. Mum and Dad had never.
Lunch. Yep. All right. Infertile. See if there's anything more on this. Yeah.
I think it was that time, the first time at the house, in his bed, that I got pregnant.
Ah, okay.
Amazing, right? This fucking magic sperm. And they say lightning doesn't strike twice. I didn't tell him. I missed 3 periods. I had pretty irregular periods anyway, but 3. I had always thought we were infertile. Both of us. I didn't tell him. Just waited. Hannah and I were meeting for our birthday, and I told her because I thought she would be happy for us both. I think she was.
Wow. That's pretty massive, that clip right there. So Simon got Eve pregnant, and Eve didn't tell Simon, but she told Hannah, and Hannah seemed happy. So this could be like a real motive for murder. This whole like mirror gifting thing is like a bit of a smokescreen. Wow. I want to listen to that again.
I think it was that time, the first time at the house, in his bed, that I got pregnant. Amazing, right? This fucking magic sperm.
Excuse me.
And they say lightning doesn't strike twice. I didn't tell him. I missed 3 periods. I had pretty irregular periods anyway, but 3. I had always thought we were infertile. Both of us. I didn't tell him. Just waited. Hannah and I were meeting for our birthday, and I told her because I thought she would be happy for us both. I think she was.
So birthday. I told her being for her birthday.
I told her because I thought she would be happy for us both. I think she was.
This leads me to something I wrote down when I was watching some of my previous playthrough earlier today. Date of birth. Because they please ask questions like this, right? DOB, you know. Birth date. No, fuck. Because I want to know if the Friday, the June 17th, was their birthday. Because then this is all kind of coming to a head on one day, right? Eve tells Hannah that she's pregnant with Simon's child, and Simon gives the same gift to both Eve and Hannah, with Hannah dressed as Eve, and she gets angry because she feels like Simon's in love with Eve now instead of Hannah, and she goes berserk and kills him, right? And then the two of them hide the body and try to create this alibi of being in Glasgow. To try to deflect, to try to like get away with the crime.
Just became our way of. Just became our way of life. We would swap places and take it in turns to do things, and we were very careful. Whoever had been out that day would come back and write a detailed diary so that we were on the same page. We had a list of rules that said what we could and couldn't do in any given situation. It was exhaustive. We lived a second life through those rules. Rules for things that could only ever happen inside our imaginations. We would consider all the permutations of future events and agree rules to walk our way through them.
Developing rules. It's not the first time we've heard of that. Actually, it's one of the things that I save. That's why I didn't save that last one though. But where's that search? Oops. So it saves your searches. So I can always go back. Infertile. This is the one I wanted to save. It's funny, like all the most interesting ones tend to be from this last interview. Okay, let me just look up birthday again. I think there's probably more than, there's 9 entries, so. I want to try to get this narrowed down to more information about the day itself. Argument. The argument.
From when I woke up. Okay. I woke up. Simon was already up, and he made me birthday breakfast of eggs Benedict. We both had to go to work, so we saved presents till later. I got to work, had some birthday cake, children sang me happy birthday. Then I came home. The birthday meal was a takeaway, and Simon gave me his present, which I didn't mind. And after that, we talked about the baby. Turned into a big argument. Simon left. I was furious. I wanted to get as far away as I could.
Okay.
And get some space to think. So I left.
So I saw this video earlier, and I was wondering which baby she was talking about because she'd lost her baby. So she must be talking about Eve's baby. So Hannah talked to Simon about Eve's baby on her birthday. And that's what caused the argument. Alright, that's cool. I don't know if I already added that. It's not cool, but it's coming together now, because that's one that I saw earlier that didn't make sense to me. So funny, like the order that you watch these in really affect your ability to parse the story. It's really interesting. Birthday gift, birthday meal.
It was my birthday, like you said. We were going to have a meal at home. We had our meal. He gave me his present. I guess I didn't like the present.
Oops. So the present was a mirror. Mirror present. I want to see if I can find a mirror cut. Smash mirror. I really want to get at those other ones. There's 6. I wanted to make sure I got all the ones that have mirrored it. Fuck. Alright. Eve's baby. Second pregnancy. Nope. Fuck. Okay. We already looked at the scar, secret, Oxford. Let me look at Oxford again here. Although I don't think there's much to this Oxford trip. It's kind of like a red herring. Wrong person. Already looked up that one. Pictures. This is Hannah, we're assuming. Murderer. No. Weapon.
I'd like to speak to a lawyer now. Please.
How does this compare? So
You
that's
have no murder
1205.
weapon. You have nothing. And all these stories we've been telling each other. Just that. Stories.
How does this? Is that the end of the interview or the beginning? So 1205. Looks like it's close to the end. 'Cause it's not too long after this.
I think it was that time, the first time, at the house, in his bed, that I got pregnant. Birthday, and I told her because I thought she would be happy for us both.
Okay. Stories. Here's one we haven't seen yet.
Okay. Sounds weird. I'm not great at making up stories.
Sure you aren't. Help. Oh yeah, she mentioned that she wanted to help with the investigations. Maybe more to
Sure. Yes, of course, if that would help. Will you phone the house to let me know when you want to come round? Then I can make sure that I'm there.
Oh. This is supposed to, like, I'm pretty sure this is the first time she speaks to the police, and it's like, basically she's come to them because she thinks Simon has disappeared. She's very calm, like, and matter of fact about the disappearance. I assume this is about the police coming to search her home. Search home. Oh.
I mean, I don't know. Something must have happened to him on his way home. He could be hurt. I mean, why hasn't he phoned? I don't know.
And then he phoned. Mm-hmm. All right. Search home. So I'm just going through some keywords that I stumbled upon when I was watching some of the videos from earlier. Because when you're such a complicated story, you miss things when you first watch some of these videos. Smith is her last name. Rome. It's a place that they travel to together. Drinks. There's another new one.
No, not drugs. I mean, he drinks, but never very much. He goes to the pub and has one or two. Sometimes we go together. He drinks wine with food, but no, he doesn't have any kind of drinking problem.
Okay. So the Rockington Arms is the local that Simon went to after that. They're saying Simon went to after the argument on her birthday, or on the Friday. And that Sarah was the name of the baby that she lost, or that's what she was going to name her, so it's just the one on that. Okay. Oh, this is a big one. Glasses. Okay, there's still one there. So yeah, he needs glasses to read. What was this again?
It wasn't the present so much. It was one of those arguments that had been simmering for a while. The present was a mirror. A nice mirror. He'd engraved the glass, the kind of mirror a princess would have in a story. He made it specially for me.
And then we found out afterwards that he also made a mirror for Eve, and he gave it to Hannah when she was dressed as Eve. So we haven't seen this one yet.
Well, on his clothes, that would make sense. He made it by hand. I mean, he brushes the silver onto the glass. That's not how they make mirrors these days. I mean, he made the mirror and he gave it to me.
So there's silver on his clothes. Silver. Brushed on silver. There's another entry. So let's look up clothes.
When will the police let me back in the house? They let me take a bag of clothes with me, but
Bag of clothes. Missing glasses. I think I tried that one already. Okay. Silver. Nope. Covered that. Living room. Which is where they apparently found body. I think I've seen this. Let's listen to this one again.
like I said before, it was 3, something like that.
1201.
I
3.
walked in, saw Simon. He was on the floor of the living room. His throat had been cut. There was a lot of blood. Yeah, he was dead.
At 3 o'clock. Okay, let's just see. 3. Okay.
I think when I drove back, it was about 8 or something. And I got back to the house about 3.
So, okay. At 8, So it must be 8 in the morning on Saturday. And then, she is back home at 3. Saturday. Interesting. Okay. At 8 a.m. Got home at 3 p.m. That makes sense.
I think so. I mean, to get into our garden, we'd have to climb through other gardens. All the gardens back onto each other, so you'd have to climb over 1, 2, 3 gardens to get to ours. I mean, did anyone see anything? Did anyone see anyone come and go? An intruder?
Intruder? I should add this, I should add this one to my massive running clips stored in user session. Intruder. So let's follow this thread a bit. Just the one. Okay. Sometimes I don't mind that. Go off on a tangent. Excellent. I didn't write anything for this one.
Simon isn't the type to run off or do anything crazy. Someone must have done something to him, or there must have been some kind of accident. So what do we do next? Her story is that she'd waited for him to come back. She put on my wig, some of my clothes, pretended to be me. They talked. She'd enjoyed being me. He said he wanted to be with me. Then he took out a present, another mirror. Just like the one he'd given her earlier. That unique present. She went crazy, smashed the mirror. They argued, screamed. He hit her. So she grabbed a piece of the mirror and just swung it round. She cut his throat clean open. She'd only meant to scare him off.
Yeah, so that's like, we saw this one earlier, but that's one of the most like revealing clips. And I think I'm gonna wrap it up for tonight on that one. Wow, it's been an amazing experience playing this game today, and I've been doing it for most of the day, off and on for like more than 12 hours. If you enjoyed this, be sure to watch the rest on my YouTube channel, and I'm going to upload these last few sessions as soon as I can. Appreciate your support. If you liked the show, follow me on Twitter at Andrew Erdeg, youtube.com/Andrew Erdeg, sub me, and you can follow me on Twitch as well, twitch.tv/LucklessLovelocks. This is Luckless Lovelocks signing off for now on Her Story. See you guys later.